to the Environment and Community Services Committee for March. The meeting will be audio recorded and those in attendance should refrain from making any defamatory statements. I have to do one of these, don't I? Yeah. I'd like to show respect and acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the land and elders past, present and future on which this meeting takes place. Any applications for attending meeting via video link?
Nil, Madam Chair.
Any apologies?
Yes, I have one apology from Councillor McPhee, who's unwell today.
Someone like to move that apology? Move Councillor Campbell, seconder. Councillor Flaherty? All those in favour? Against? Carried. Any disclosures of interest?
Nil, received.
Nil disclosures. No public participations. We didn't have site inspection. We only have one item on the business item and it is the Upper Hunter Employment Land Strategy. I'm going to hand over to the Director to give a brief overview, but all of the information was in your papers, so hopefully they've been read. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So this report is in relation to the the employment land strategy for the Upper Hunter region. This strategy basically provides a strategic planning framework to guide future development of employment lands in the Upper Hunter region. The region consists of Upper Hunter Shire Council, Muswellbrook, Singleton and Dungog LGAs. It applies to employment lands across the region, so that's land used for commercial and industrial purposes. Obviously, the region is about to, or is in the midst of economic transition away from traditional, mining, coal mining industries, power generation, that sort of thing, and moving towards new industries such as renewables, expansion of renewables, advanced manufacturing and agribusiness in the area. So the strategy is basically, it sets a number of strategic directions and actions, and that's to ensure there's an adequate supply of employment lands throughout the region. It's to encourage investment in the region, support growing and emerging industries, promote vibrant centres and places, and prepare for a post-mining future. It also looks at implementing policies to simplify and enhance the planning system as well in the region. So it's all about encouraging and promoting investment in the region and ensuring that we have an adequate supply of employment lands available for new industries. Part of that is also ensuring that our infrastructure is is up to date and has the capacity to accommodate that growth as well. The consultants Hill PDA prepared the strategy on behalf of the 4 councils, and this process started, I think, about 3 years ago, and we finally got this strategy that we're recommending that it be placed on public exhibition, and if no submissions are received, that it be adopted by council. Happy to take any questions.
And before we do that, could we have a mover for the recommendation? Move Councillor Campbell, seconder. Councillor Flaherty, any discussion? I think Councillor Flaherty, you had a question?
So my first question is, I think you referenced it just then that it was 3 years ago. So when was it voted on that we did this report? Do you know the date?
I believe this was started in the previous council term.
Yeah, okay. And how much did the Upper Hunter Shire Council pay for this report?
Approximately 20,000 was our contribution.
And last question, was there documents that we can access for the terms of scope for this report that we signed off on at the time?
Through you, Madam Chair, I would have to take that on notice.
Thank you.
Councillor Campbell.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just this is a big document regarding the transition. And of course, me being in agriculture, I take sort of that on board. One of the things that has happened within the agricultural industry is that properties have got larger, not because they're they're the big squatters, but however, through economic reasons. And as a consequence of that, and also the innovation of technology and that the employment of those to run the farms has become less. So I'm just wondering, it seems to talk about in a great length. I haven't read all of it, but I read the earlier part, the potential for these things to happen. But I just wonder just how much this is going to take place because of the fact that properties have had to get larger and employ less people. So I just wonder whether this is really, it needs to be, what else is going to take place? Renewables have a place, but also they don't generate the income that coal mining had. And so therefore that we as an area do not reap the benefits of the monies that come in from that coal mine, not only in the employment, but also in the tariffs that they have to pay the government. So I'm just wondering what whether that's dealt with further on in the strategy document. I don't know.
Through you, Chair, I think the transition will happen very slowly. I think coal mining will be around for quite some time yet, but it's about planning for that transition into the future. I mean, there's other industries as well that we could be looking at, things like tourism, service industries, those sorts of things, rural industries. So it's just, this document's about planning for that transition and diversifying the economy.
Just to further to that, but they don't pay. It's great to have a lot of people come into our town, but they don't pay the big taxes that what they're being removed from these other industries. So I'm just wondering just how that our area is going to get on really if we don't have these, the governments don't receive, and our area don't receive a portion of those taxes that are generated by these industries that are closing down.
Because we don't get them there.
Yeah, through you, Madam Chair. Look, I guess this is about doing as much as we can as a local government to promote, investment and encourage new industries to develop and grow in this region. So, so I guess we'll do what we can to promote that. Obviously, there's other forces at work as well that are outside our control.
Thanks. Does either of the other councillors have any questions? No? Good. Morris? All right. I'm going to move it a second. All in favour? Oh, did you want to?
I was just going to say, could we separate the two recommendations?
We've already moved and seconded them. All those in favour?
Hang on. I think that it's very clear what's being done there. In other words, placing the upper half of region block. Very clear. I'm not happy to
We've already moved it. It's fine. So we're voting on the one that's in front of us.
okay.
So moved.
Yeah.
Against? Councillor Flaherty? Moves in the affirmative. Well, that brings us to the end of our meeting. Thank you very much for attending.